My story begins in 1899, in a small, unassuming café in Barcelona. It was there that a man named Joan Gamper gathered a group of football lovers, united by a shared passion. In that moment, with dreams as their foundation, FC Barcelona was born. In my earliest years, I was just finding my feet, playing in local leagues, but even then, something special was taking root. I was becoming more than just a football club. I was becoming a symbol for Catalonia, a beacon of identity and pride for an entire region. By the 1920s, the world started to take notice. The roar of my fans grew louder with every victory as I began to lift my first trophies. The cheers echoed through the streets of Barcelona, and my prestige began to soar. I wasn't just a local team anymore. I was a contender. Then came the dark days. The Spanish Civil War and its aftermath cast a long shadow over the country. These were tough times, but I endured. I became a symbol of resilience, a flickering flame of hope for the Catalan people when they needed it most. In the 1950s, I planted a seed that would blossom into something extraordinary. I began to focus on nurturing young talent, laying the groundwork for what would become La Masia. This legendary academy would one day shape the greatest players the world has ever seen. The 1970s brought a new wave of glory. I conquered domestic titles, playing a brand of attacking football that was as beautiful as it was effective. I wasn't just winning games. I was inspiring a generation with a philosophy of passion and creativity on the pitch. Then, in the 1980s, a true visionary arrived, Johan Cruyff. His arrival changed everything. The dream team was born, and my style of play, a fluid, possession-based game, became famous across the globe. A new standard of football was set, and in 1992, that standard led me to the pinnacle of European football. At Wembley Stadium, I lifted my very first European Cup. It was a moment of pure ecstasy, cementing my place among the continent's absolute elite. I had reached the summit. The early 2000s were a period of transition, a time of rebuilding. Through ups and downs, I patiently cultivated a new generation of young, hungry talents. I was preparing the stage for a golden era unlike any other, laying the foundation for perfection. That perfection arrived with Pep Guardiola. Under his guidance, I reached footballing nirvana. Tiki-taka wasn't just a tactic, it was an art form. We passed, we moved, we conquered. We dominated Spain and we dominated Europe with a style that mesmerized the world. The year 2009 was the ultimate testament to that dominance. I achieved the impossible, the sextuple, the league, the cup, the Champions League, the Spanish Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. 6 trophies in a single year, a historic feat no one had ever accomplished. And at the heart of it all was one man, Lionel Messi. He became my pulse, my every heartbeat. He scored goals that defied logic, dribbled with supernatural grace, and inspired millions of fans around the world. He was, and is, a legend. Between 2010 and 2012, I was simply unstoppable. We were at our absolute peak, winning back-to-back La Liga titles and another Champions League. It was more than just winning. We were redefining the beautiful game, playing a brand of football that was poetry in motion. And through it all, there was the rivalry. Every Clasico against Real Madrid was more than a match. It was a clash of titans, a battle of pride, skill, and identity. The whole world would stop to watch as we wrote another chapter in football's greatest story. The secret to this success was born in our backyard. La Masia, our famed academy, produced legends like Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets. These weren't just players. They were the living embodiment of my philosophy, graduates who understood my soul. Time and again I stood on the European stage and conquered it. My Champions League triumphs were celebrated not just for the victory, but for the way they were achieved. My football was admired, studied, and emulated by teams all over the world. In 2015, we did it again. We lifted the treble for a second time, proving that the magic was still there. La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions League. It was a powerful statement that my winning spirit never, ever fades. Of course, the journey hasn't always been easy. I've faced injuries, the departure of legends, and difficult seasons that tested my resolve. But through it all, I have adapted, rebuilt, and always kept my eyes fixed on the ultimate prize, glory. Today, a new generation carries my tradition forward. Stars like Pedri, Gavi, and Ansu Fati, forged in the spirit of La Masia, are writing their own stories. They walk onto the pitch with my history on their shoulders, hungry to add new chapters to the legend. Because I am more than a club, I am a philosophy, I am a symbol, I am a dream shared by millions. The future of FC Barcelona shines bright, and the decades to come will see new heroes rise and new legends born. Visca el Bar! Thank you so much for watching this journey through the history of one of the world's greatest clubs. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories from the world of football. See you next time.